So, hello guys, good evening and happy new month from here. I wish you all the best in the month of February. It's the month of love. We have so many things to do this month. We're coming up with our love story. Hashtag our love story is coming up for the rest of the month. But before that, let's address loving yourself because you're supposed to be yourself's Valentine. Okay, it's supposed to be yourself's Valentine. I don't know that the English is correct, but here's the point. And why am I doing this today? For a lot of reasons, but today I think the crux of the matter is that inbox today. So I'm just going to read a little bit of that inbox so people get an idea what I'm talking about. So here is what it says. From my inbox, Sister Amanda, I'm broken. Please post for me. 2 months ago, I met this Edo man on Facebook and we started dating. He's 34 and I am 30. He's a medical doctor. I'm working and doing well. I thought I've met my husband because when we started, I asked him where this is leading to. He said marriage, so I treated him well, but every time he would threaten to leave me. Compare me to his ex-girlfriend, how she used to pamper him and all that. I will keep quiet and say nothing. 2 weeks ago, he came to my place. I prepared food and we ate. He started saying that I am fat, I have stretch mark. I'm not fat and I don't have stretch mark, but I kept quiet and laughed since he said he was saying it jokingly, but deep down I didn't find it funny. When he was about to leave, he casually said, I am the most stressful girl he has dated. Another comparison. Even when I've been so good to this man and did nothing wrong to him, that moment, God bear me witness. When we were together, I helped him send links of scholarship abroad for him to apply, help him with his NHS application sometimes because he's always busy as a medical doctor. Any opportunity I see that will benefit him, I will send to him. When he made that statement, I jokingly told him my ex is richer than him. Good one, girl. He vexed and started crying and saying it is over. I knelt down to beg him and said nothing would change his mind. And he said nothing would change his mind, pardon me. I talked and begged and even followed him to his place that night and was begging on the road. He didn't listen. When we got to his place, I asked him if he has forgiven me. He said no, that he's breaking up with me. I slept that night and in the morning I left. On my way back to my place, he called me, but I didn't pick his call because I was really hot and he watched me cry till morning. Since that day till now, he has not called again. Going to 3 weeks now, I've not heard from him. He's very difficult and barely say I'm sorry or I love you. I've been praying for God to change his mind, but nothing. I don't know what to call this. Seems like it's toxic love on both sides, but this is the basis of what I want to talk about. This podcast or whatever it's called, this thing I'm trying to do, talk, is basically addressing the 30s women, like the women in their 30s. That's like the most difficult time to be a single woman if you're in Nigeria. That's the time everybody has an opinion about your life. Oh, how you're single because this has not happened, how it is your fault, how this is that. Everybody feels that you are their meat. Everybody feels they can take a chunk of you. And I think a lot of women also sympathetically put themselves in that shoe where they begin to pity themselves, or they start doing things in quotes to escape the narrative that I'm single at 30. It's hard and it's coming from me. I'm about to be 33 in 5 months time, okay, and I am single, and I think I'm one of the most bashed person when it comes to marry. Like if I count how many times they tell me go and marry in a year, that's like only in January I got it like 4 times, okay? So I think a lot of women begin to put themselves in a place where you feel frustrated, you feel age is against you, you feel your life is not going the way it is, you feel like God has forgotten you. I mean, I get a lot of messages from women who start panicking immediately they get to 30. We all felt that 29 panic. You know, when you're 29 about to turn 30, that little panic, you feel like, oh, you need to fix your life so you don't meet 30 in a wrong place. But when you cross to 30, you've experienced the first 3 months, oh, it's not so bad. You learn freedom as if you're free, or unless you're still keeping yourself in some kind of mental prison. 30s are a beautiful space in life, a beautiful season in life. Not everybody got to see their 30th birthday. Not everybody will be here for their 35th birthday. Not everybody will be here for their 40th birthday. You're lucky, you are alive. So what, you're not married? So what, you don't have children? That's not the reason why you should allow people who should not be in your life to be in your life. I'm going to be very realistic. It's not easy, yeah? Seeing your age mates have children going to secondary school, you're still here doing the most, still flexing and all that. It's not so easy. Seeing your age mates in their homes with their husbands and you're still here. Yeah, it gets hard sometimes. Sometimes you think about this thing. Sometimes you feel that pain. You're human. It's fine. It's okay to feel those emotions once in a while, but don't let that emotion stop you. I'm somebody who believes in time, seasons, and places, and the hand of God in everything. If it's the will of God that you're still single up to this moment, there's nothing you can do. You cannot kill yourself. But one thing you should not do is use the time you have to set yourself up, because that's what most of you do. It's not your fault. It's nothing you did. Okay, fine. If you have bad manners, I can excuse you. But there are people with worse manners that are married. Never forget that there are people with actually worse manners that are married. Okay, they say you're choosing men. Fine, it's your choice. You have the right to choose. Apart from the in here, out there factors, but basically, you're single because it is not your time to be married. We were never all meant to be married at the age of in our 20s. Not even all of us will be married in our 30s. This thing is not going to even happen for all of us. So when it happens for you, take it. Don't allow people set you up. Because you're single at 30 does not mean that you should date anybody. People who talk down on you, people who do not hesitate to remind you of your age. There was this man who was coming to marry me then, and when I say no, the next thing he say, "Oh, Amandika Kalanka." In Igbo, that means you are getting old, oh. As in, he's constantly reminding me, oh, you are no longer young, oh. Then sometimes you say, you know, you are 30, your choices are limited. I have met better men than him, way better men. That is a lie. Yes, the men might not be coming in their numbers again after you cross 30. It's true. You are not a dog that people should you are not a chicken that dogs should be chasing you around. You're not. You're a human being. Everybody has their bloom time and their solo time and their flat time, okay? It's just, life is always like this. You're like this. So if you're at this stage of your life, at the peak of your life, and things are no longer booming as they used to be here, it's fine. People need to deal with this reality. It's fine. So maybe the crop of men who come to you have changed, because it's always looking like it's either you're dealing with older men who are more matured and all that, or you're dealing with fuck boys. It's always like this or like this for you. Fine. But all I know is this: if it's destiny that somewhere in the hands of time and the times of fate and whatever, it has been written that you marry when you marry. Don't let people put you in a place where you have to be apologetic about everything. A man talks to you the way he likes. Oh, your stomach is big, you need to trim your don't let people talk to you like that. I'm not saying don't keep fit. I'm not saying your partner does not have the right to point out some things about you. But when somebody keeps hammering on something they know is beyond your control, kick them to the curbs. You don't need that kind of negative energy. At some point in life, the only thing you actually should concentrate on is staying alive. And we're at that point in our history where the most important thing is that you're still here. I saw a post today that a 28-year-old died of COVID. He's never going to be 30. You're still here. Why you allowing people control you? Why you allowing people tell you how you should live? So what, you're not married? So what, you don't have a child? You're still alive. Find purposes. Find somewhere else. I'm not saying don't try to get married. Do what works for you. Try. Give it your best. If you have a good relationship, I mean good relationship, don't put up with these toxic motherfuckers who wants to tell you how to live your life, who wants to tell you the way you should look. You have stretch marks. You are fat. No, you are too slim. You are this. You are getting old. Wrinkles. Gray hair. Keep these people at one side. They will depress you. Be happy. At the end of the day, at the end of your lifetime, the only thing you're going to regret is the time when you allowed people play with you. It's the time when you were not happy. It's the time when you didn't live for you. Do whatever you want, but I just want to say this. Your 30s are not a curse. Your 30 means you're seeing the third decade of your life. You are blessed. Blessed beyond human imagination. Don't play with that. Don't let anyone tell you that, oh, you're 30, you're too old, you should be married. Who said so? Where in the Bible was it ever written that everybody would be married in their 20s? Where in the Bible was it ever written that everybody had to marry at a certain age? I have read the Bible back and forth for 4 good times. I have never seen where God or anybody or even his prophet specifically say, oh, you have to be married at so age. I am very, very sure Ruth was in her 30s when she married Boaz. Rebecca didn't look like a spring chicken either, because she married a 50-year-old man. Esther too, maybe she was young, but who knows? We are not there with them. So many instances. Stop letting people pressure you. How old was Bathsheba when David saw her? How old was she? Diana didn't look like she was in her 20s too. So many examples you can give. Stop letting people put pressure on you. When God says it will happen, it will happen. And that's why the Bible took time to say something that God said. At my favorable time, it will happen. Don't put up with bullshit because you're trying to make this thing happen for you. It's not going to happen a minute before God wants it to happen. Be patient. Don't let people talk you into depression. Stop trying too hard to put up with what you should not put up with because you're trying to be married as early as possible. That's why you allow somebody who talks down on you, who tortures you emotionally and physically and everything because you want to be married, so badly married, so that what will happen? So that people will not talk. The people that are talking, they will always talk. They are talking to those that are married in their 20s. Women say that they have not fixed their lives. They are insulting you too. They don't even have food to eat. They are still insulting you. Last week, a woman came to me. I don't know what really led to that, but she was talking to the person I was with. Maybe she has been seeing me because it happened in a church setting, so maybe she had some grievances against me or something. But this was what she told me. This is a woman who does not have money to pay her house rent. She does not even have money to feed or clothe her children. Guess what she told me? Look at you. You think because you drive cars, that means life is good for you. Do you have a husband? Do you have children? I was looking at her. This one that I've not eaten, that's looking for who would dash her money to eat, is also insulting somebody. What would you prefer? To be the person who is begging people for food? Or to be the person who is happily single and living their best life? Things will happen for you when it happens. So what, it doesn't happen? Oprah is having the best time of her life. I don't know. I think we should really get used to not having things happen for us. I think that's the thing nobody teaches young women. It's okay if you don't get married. Yes, it's really okay. It's okay if children does not happen for you. It's okay if you have to be alone. It's okay if this is only you for the rest of your life. You should be okay with that. And it's okay to set standard. You should not be in a hurry or desperate enough to take whatever anybody throws at you because you're trying to keep the society happy. It might not be you keeping society happy. It might be your own craving, but you won't go kill yourself for the matter. Let's be kind to each other. You need to be kind to yourself first. If you love yourself, if you're kind to yourself, if you're not making yourself, not taking it hard on yourself, it's very easy to cope when people are being hard on you. And you know, this is coming from me. I'm single, I'm unmarried, I don't have kids anywhere. But I have learned to accept my lot in life. If these things happen, fine. If it doesn't happen, fine. But I'm not going to let anybody talk to me the way they like or treat me anyway because I'm trying to be a wife. No, it's not going to happen. So young women, I want to advise you guys, especially those of you in your 30s, it's okay. Nobody has it all. Nobody walking on earth's surface has it all. Everybody has their struggle. Maybe it might not be married to struggle. It might not be struggle with children or all that thing, but everybody has their struggle. So don't be hard on yourself. Don't let anyone talk down on you. Find comfort in yourself. Love yourself to the extent that whether anybody loves you or not, it doesn't matter. That's when you find real happiness. That's when you find real satisfaction. And I wish you all the best. I hope that this is the year when you start loving yourself and telling yourself you are more than enough. Happy new month. I wish you all the love. May the love you're looking for find you, but may it be good love. That's all I wish for you. Thank you and have a blessed February. See you later. Bye.